Labubu, the one you never see. Every legend has a face, every ghost has a shadow, but Labubu. Labubu is different. He is known as the one you never see. It began long ago, in a forgotten town where whispers carried faster than the wind. People spoke of strange disappearances, travelers who never reached their destinations, neighbors who vanished between one step and the next. No one ever saw what took them. But those who survived always said the same thing. They felt something watching them, just beyond sight, and that was Labubu. The first account I heard came from a man named Idris, a farmer who once walked home through the fields after dusk. He said he felt a presence following him, though when he turned around, the path was empty. The stalk of corn shifted. The air pressed heavy, and in the silence, a faint giggle echoed. He ran. He swore he saw movement in the corners of his eyes, shadows darting where none should be. But every time he looked directly, nothing. By the time he reached his home, tears streamed down his face. He didn't know why, but he couldn't stop crying. That was how Labubu worked. He wasn't there for your body. He was there for your fear. They say Labubu appears only in glimpses, a reflection in a broken mirror, a flicker at the edge of a candle's flame, a shape you catch in your peripheral vision, but never when you look straight. Some villagers claimed his laughter could bend reality. Doors would close on their own, windows would rattle, and shadows would crawl along walls like living things. Children were warned, never play outside after sunset, never chase the giggle in the dark. But children don't always listen. One night, a young boy named Hamza disappeared. His parents said he went out to fetch water. He never returned. Search parties combed every corner of the village, every field, every road. Nothing. Days later, his mother awoke to the sound of crying outside her window. She rushed out calling his name. But no one was there. Only his small footprints in the dirt, ending abruptly in the middle of the street. The villagers knew then. It was Labubu. What makes Labubu so terrifying isn't just that he takes people. It's that no one ever truly sees him. Survivors describe only fragments. Glowing eyes that vanish when stared at, a too wide grin glimpsed in reflections, a small shadow that never matches the light. One traveler passing through claimed he saw Labubu in the reflection of a shop window. The figure stood right behind him, smiling. When he spun around, the street was empty. A week later, that traveler was found wandering in the forest, alive but broken. His eyes were empty, and he never spoke again. Some scholars tried to explain the legend. They said Labubu was born from grief, a forgotten child who starved in silence. Others claimed he was not a ghost at all, but a shadow creature feeding on sorrow, using tears as his nourishment. That is why he was called the one you never see, because seeing him meant he was already inside your mind. I never believed in such tales, until the night it happened to me. I was walking home from the library. The streets were nearly empty, the lamps flickering weakly. That's when I felt it. Eyes on me. I turned. Nothing. Just the long stretch of road. I kept walking, faster now. The air grew colder, heavy, as though the night itself was pressing against my chest. And then I heard it. A giggle. High-pitched, childlike. I froze. Slowly, I turned toward a dark window. And there it was. A face in the reflection. Not mine. Wide, glowing eyes. A jagged grin that stretched too far. But when I spun around, no one. Just silence. My throat tightened. My eyes burned. And without knowing why, I started to cry. For weeks after, I felt him near. In mirrors, in shadows, in the corner of my vision. I would wake at night to the sound of faint crying, sometimes laughter. I never saw him directly again. But that was worse. Because the not seeing is what drove me mad. That is Labubu's curse. He doesn't appear fully, doesn't give you proof. He lingers at the edge of your senses, until fear itself consumes you. Even now, people in the city whisper of him. A guard swears he saw glowing eyes in the CCTV cameras, though no one was there. A woman claims her child talks to someone in the corner of their room, calling him the laughing friend. And always, the same signs follow: tears without reason, shadows that stretch too long, and the constant feeling of being watched. So remember this: if you ever feel something watching from the edge of your sight, dawn to look. Don't search the shadows. Don't check the mirror. Because once you see him, even for a second, he'll never let you go. That is why they call him Labubu, the one you never see.